Hey, have you ever gone somewhere and thought, man, I really wish we would have looked more into this before we made these plans? Well, we have, and it's in here. Welcome to our vlog. This is San Francisco, part 2.
We just wanna be where love is around us. Where love is around us. Where love is around us.
So after we recorded our first vlog for San Francisco, we realized that we left out a handful of things. So we decided to make a part 2, which is here. But in addition to that, we wanted to give people some of our takeaways or key tips on things we learned from this trip. And so we compiled it into 3.
Tip number 1.
Look ahead of time to see what's on the schedule before you go there. Have you ever heard of Fleet Week? Well, it's pretty awesome. But with the up, there is often usually a down. One big downside to Fleet Week is the city is nuts, in that there is traffic everywhere. Everyone's trying to find this air show. For those of you that don't know what Fleet Week is, it's basically an air show above the city. So you don't have to go out to a base where you're just sweating profusely and it's just so hot. This is a pretty cool experience because you can sit on top of a building, you can be in a park, and these jets are flying above you. It is really cool, but with it comes a lot of baggage. And that baggage includes lots of traffic. And traffic with kids, I'm sure you all know that's watching this, is not very fun. And takes up a lot of time that you thought you had. We had allocated this certain block of time for this trip to actually go into the city. And those 3 days that we were going to go into the city happened to be the 3 days that Fleet Week was going on. So it was inevitable. We were going to run into traffic. Even if we didn't want to go see the air show, we were still going to be dealing with the traffic. Not only was it Fleet Week, but it was also the Bluegrass Festival, which takes place at Golden Gate Park, which was on our plan to go to a museum there and also just to play and see the park. And so we had to pretty much avoid that completely because of how nuts the park is, and there's just no parking, and once again, even more traffic.
Tip number 2.
If you're doing stuff in the city, it might be wise to actually stay in the city if you're going to be doing these things, because it would cut out on traffic time. You can take public transportation, but you're also just so much closer, so you don't have to travel very far to get there. Do you love old-fashioned, I don't even know what to say, Storyland? Theme parks, I guess? Well, then you should definitely check out Fairyland in Oakland. It is super small. It's not that expensive. It's kind of ghetto, but it's also really cool in that it literally hasn't changed for the last 50 years. And it's just this old school theme park, really small rides for little kids, and our kids just loved it. And it was fun because we were staying right in Oakland, and so it was super close.
Tip number 3.
This is not specific to San Francisco. This is just in general with traveling. But it helped us when we were in San Francisco, was talk to people. Get to know people. Get out of your comfort zone. Ask somebody a question. Ask somebody for directions. Ask somebody if they've been here before, what they think about certain places, because chances are they have some experience and they can give you some insight into maybe what to avoid or what to do. Or heck, you just made a friend. And people generally like interacting with kids. as long as they're not up in their face or crying, right? But when we were at this park watching the air show for Fleet Week, there were so many people there and young people there too, and they just loved interacting with our kids as we were just waiting in the line to go to the bathroom. But people are more important than things, and that's kind of what our adventure and this journey is about.
There are things you know that I never could shake off. Maybe I just need a friend. Maybe I just need a friend. Maybe I just need a friend. And it's cool.
Bonus tip, just realized this. If you go to Marshall Beach, once you get down at the bottom, there's a rock kind of in between you and the bridge. Don't go beyond that rock. Trust me, just trust me. If you want, you can Google it or not, just trust me. Don't go beyond that rock.
We are fools, confused. We are fools. 40 days to make my way out, 40 nights of fool. We all break up then.
Hey dude, are you sleeping? Kind of? Kind of a little bit? Your eyes are kind of open, buddy.